Hey, it's Coach M here. Is your teenager not meeting your expectations, struggling with school, not doing their chores, or not getting home by curfew? I'm going to give you a little bit of a different perspective on your current expectations coming up. If you haven't already done so, if you can do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, like button, and leave a comment, that would be great. I'm on a mission to spread these tools on this channel out to as many people as possible. And as you know, the more interaction this video gets, the more YouTube's algorithm will make the video accessible to everyone. So help me to help others by subscribing, liking, and commenting. Thank you. Okay, I might ruffle a few feathers with today's topic of setting expectations with your teenager, but I want to encourage you to be open to what I'm going to tell you, because it might just make all the difference in your relationship with your teenager. The evidence is clear that when we hold high expectations for our children and we model the behavior that we expect, that typically our children will rise to meet those expectations. This is very evident when our children are young, and it can work well when our children become teenagers too. However, for a lot of us parents, we haven't examined those expectations thoroughly from a couple different angles. So here are the different angles that we need to examine our expectations through. Number one, we have to ask ourselves if we're expecting something from our teenager that we are not expecting from ourselves. For example, if we're expecting our teenager to manage their screen time, but yet we ourselves find it difficult to do the same, and we're always on a screen throughout the day, we have to take a look at that. We can't possibly think that it's okay to expect our children to live up to an expectation that we ourselves can't live up to, right? Number two, are we expecting something from our teenager that's not realistic for who they are? Or not realistic because we haven't done a good job of teaching them how to meet the expectation? Number three, are we pushing our expectations of our teenager from a place of fear? Fear of losing control, which is a delusion within itself because we never really had control to begin with, or fear of a family pattern repeating itself, like substance abuse, or fear of not being seen as a good parent. This shows up when we're more concerned about our agenda for our teen. Fear of our child not living up to their potential. This one is sneaky. We think that if we constantly push our teen to meet our expectations, that we're pushing them to reach their full potential. There is a way to do this successfully, but it can't come from fear. When we continue to place expectations on our teenager from a place of fear, not only are they going to push back on us, but they'll push further and further away from us as well. And when they do this, we have lost any ounce of influence that we could have had with them. And fear is so powerful that if we don't get really good at examining it and managing it, it has the potential to ruin every relationship that we have, especially the relationship with our teenager. So I want to show you the difference between parenting from a place of fear and parenting from this abundant space of love. Let's say that you have an expectation for your teenager to do well in school. You expect them to get A's and B's on their assignments, tests, and all their classes. Well, you find out your teen's grade in math has slipped down to a D. You see that they have 4 missing assignments in the class, and they got a C on the last test that they took. How would you respond to this? You may have already experienced this. How did you handle it? Did you yell at your teen about it, telling them this is unacceptable, they need to do better, they better turn in their missing assignments, and that you expect more from them? Maybe you even took away their phone, their car, or video games. Now, in responding this way, did you figure out the real root of the issue? Did you try to find out why they have 4 missing assignments to begin with? Or why they got a C on the last test? Did you just assume it's because they're not managing their time well, or they're on their phone or playing video games when they should be studying? This reaction was triggered by fear. It's emotional, and it leaves no room for, number one, understanding your teen's needs, and number two, helping your teen build the skills necessary to do better in an area that they're clearly struggling with. Approaching the same scenario from an abundant space of love looks different. It requires us to acknowledge our fear, but not let it drive our response. Instead, we sit down with our teen, and in a neutral, calm tone, we open the discussion of what's really going on for our teenager. We begin to ask better questions to help our teen figure out why they're struggling to get assignments done, or determine why they got a C on the last test. When we remove the fear and we remove the emotion and we get into a curious mindset, then we can start helping them build the skills they need to meet our expectations. We have to allow them to fumble, to fall, to fail so that they can master their own capabilities and resiliency. Once we can determine their need, we then can help them decide how they will get that need met in a healthy way. A solution then that they can try and then reevaluate and reassess and see if it's working. When we have conversations like this, taking their needs into account, then we allow them to step into their power and to make better choices for themselves. We simply hold them accountable to the decisions that they have chosen, and we have them come up with the consequences. Yes, that we agree with, but consequences that if they don't put the solution into action, all we're doing is holding them accountable. That's it. When we do this, we take ourselves out of the equation. We take the fear out of the equation. And it truly becomes about your teen discovering who they are, where they need to grow and develop, and how to flourish. Remind yourself that in every interaction with your teen, you are ultimately helping them master their capability, helping them reach their full potential in a healthy, autonomous, empowered way. And in order to do that, you have to manage your fear. If you'd like more help with this, you can click on the link in the description down below and set up a laser-focused strategy session with me directly. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this one, where I give you the tools and strategies to navigate the teen years, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to get notified when I upload a new video. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video.